Hey YouTube, it's me again. I know it's been a while since I've been on. I apologize. But I need to fill you all in on Dylan's surgery, which happened today. His top surgery with Dr. Garramone. His pre-op appointment yesterday went obviously really smoothly. I don't know why a pre-op appointment wouldn't. But Dr. Garramone took his time explaining exactly what was going to happen and, answered any and all questions we had. And so the appointment time for his surgery was scheduled at 9 o'clock. So we got there at 7 like we were supposed to. And within probably a half an hour, they brought him back into pre-op. Well, they didn't take the person before him into surgery until 8:30. So Dylan didn't end up going back to surgery until 10:30. So it was kind of a nerve-wracking situation. I mean, it is regardless if you're sitting there in a robe and just waiting and you've got an IV in your hand. I don't care how calm you normally are. It's anxiety rising. So, but they let me go back there with him. And so after he had been marked up, Dr. Garramone, he had marked down the center and across, like above where his nipple is normally and where the nipples were going to be and all this other stuff. I don't know why I was doing hand motions since it's all below where you can see. But it was purple marker, and it was kind of funny because it was rubbing off on his chin and his arms and whatever. The staff there, a lot of the videos I've seen are like, oh my god, they're great. There was one woman that was absolutely fantastic, Lily. She was so funny and so good at getting people to just kind of relax, I guess. Constantly cracking jokes and about herself and the patients, obviously nothing mean, And so I was kind of almost disappointed when it was time for him to go back just because she was being so good. And I was like, oh, they're not going to have this in recovery or whatever. So when they did take him back, I obviously went back into the waiting room. And after his surgery was done, which was maybe around 12, a little after 12, little before 12, Dr. Garramone came out, and we actually weren't there at the time, but he came out again to talk to us, and said that the surgery went very smoothly, that there would be no problems, that he came out like a champ. And so now it's just time to heal. And so we go back on Wednesday for the reveal, and there's kind of this, I don't know, I think we're both still in a haze that this has even happened. Like, we've been looking forward to this day for so long, and holy shit, it happened. But he's still got the bandages, so obviously we haven't seen it, but we can see it's so much flatter than he was, and it's kind of, I keep wanting to cry, which is probably ridiculous, but I kind of really want to. So they let me go back into the recovery part, actually not soon after he was out of surgery, maybe an hour and a half, I think. He woke up after like an hour all on his own. They didn't wake him up. And so they taught me how to do the drains, which is not that complicated. And so I ended up doing them a couple hours ago all by myself. So proud of myself. Woohoo! And not very hard at all, which was comforting because I have this, I don't know, he's like all bandaged up, and so I'm afraid I'm going to break him. He's like this China doll or something I have to protect. And so, I'm following him everywhere and asking him all these questions. And when I helped get him dressed, I'm like, will you stop being so worried? Like, I was stressing him out, which I guess I understand. So at first he was a real grump. Understandably, he was in a lot of pain and he wasn't allowed to take anything. And we got in the car, and it was the most awful car ride probably ever. It was pelting rain, and there were bumps, and we were hydroplaning, and there were cars facing the wrong direction on the expressway, and it's just bad. And it took a very long time to get home. It should have been an hour and a half drive, and it was about 2.5. And so he was clearly in a lot of pain. But after we got him home and settled into bed, I got some Gatorade in him and a pain pill, and an hour later I gave him his first antibiotic. And he slept for an hour until I woke him up to give him the antibiotic. And when he woke up, he was in a much better mood. So I don't know if it, I mean, it was probably just the car ride because it was bad. But he's actually up and he's walking around now and, you know, obviously not doing any heavy lifting or anything. But he says that he feels better when standing. He's able to breathe better than sitting down because it's wrapped so tightly around him. So for the next however long, I just get to, you know, keep making sure he's okay and wait on his every beck and call, which this is probably never going to happen to him again. So I guess he should enjoy it while it does happen. But I'm really looking forward to the reveal, and I'll definitely make another video at that time to let you guys know what's up. All right, have a good one.